Welcome to Chișinău. I'm David Cotter, back from my journey into Transnistria, and today I'm diving straight into Moldova's capital, frontier city caught between worlds. Here, Russian and European influences compete on every street corner. Grand opulence sits beside crumbling Soviet decay, and yet, in the middle of it all, an emerging youth culture is pushing this place toward a new future. From the presidential palace to unexpected coffee with strangers in the park, to one of the largest abandoned Soviet circuses ever built. This is Chișinău like you've never seen it before. Strap in for day 2 in Moldova's capital. Welcome back to day 2 in Chișinău. I'm going to pick up where I left off 2 days ago. Yesterday I visited Tiraspol, and today I'm going to pick up where I left off in the last vlog. You see the weather's shit. It was foggy this morning. It's kind of raining now. I'm lugging around my luggage as well because I'm too lazy to go drop it off at a bag point. But yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off the last day. So I'm heading there now, and let's see where the next stop is. So as is similar with all these kind of Soviet cities, they have the wide boulevards and there's like 3 or 4 lanes of traffic on either side. Very kind of planned out cities, easy for public transport and cars to make their way around. And so far the people have been quite nice. Obviously there's the language barrier, there's very few people with English. That's my fault, not theirs. When you come to a country you kind of have to make an effort to speak their language, but unfortunately there's probably like 2 main ones here. You have the Romanian speakers and the Russian speakers. Now both people probably speak both languages, but it just depends your political leanings, which one you're going to speak as your mother tongue. Where I was yesterday in Tiraspol, everyone spoke Russian as their first language, given the political nature of the region. And yeah, if you haven't checked that out, go watch my last video from there. I visited all the cool spots there, like the House of Soviets, all the statue monuments. Missed out on the green market because my timing was a bit off. But yeah, very interesting place. Soviet time machine is kind of the way I looked at it. It was like a window to look back into Soviet times, but very enjoyable nonetheless. I kind of like that stuff, you know. Like this place isn't very glitzy or glamorous, but it's got the hallmarks of, like, it's still got that old Soviet feeling about it. But yeah, you'd wonder if Moldova made its way or got into the European Union, would there be a massive facelift in Chișinău, especially the capital? We know that happened when Romania joined the EU. Bucharest got a massive facelift and continues to thrive, but some people would say that that wouldn't happen and that joining the EU is a bad thing for Moldova, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But for now, let's keep walking down this road and see where it takes us. Nice building here. Just a couple of months ago, there was presidential elections here in Moldova, and the winner of those elections was Maya Sandu. Maya Sandu. She's kind of a pro-EU advocate, and she, in her opinion, the only way that Moldova will progress and move forward as a country and modernise is to move forward with the EU. Now, a lot of Moldovans don't really think that way. There's still a lot of, like, I've quoted online, of between 60 and 70% of still pro-Russian feeling in the country. And but it's just a country that's kind of caught up in just cycles of corruption. And there was that big €1 billion or $1 billion bank fraud case, which the pro-Russian oligarch guy Ilan Shore was said to be heavily involved with. But yeah, that's just kind of typical of the kind of things that are drawing down Moldova's chances of being brought into the EU, because one of the main things is to stamp out corruption. Obviously there's the issue with Tiraspol as well, and that'll be, you know, you can't have de facto independent regions within your country if you're going to join the EU. But I think that's the whole idea. They don't want to join the EU there, they want to be they're pro-Russian, so very interesting geopolitically and economically in this region of the world, and I suppose still kind of suffering from a hangover or just a general feeling of being more closely associated in language, culture and so much more with the Russians. So I'm outside the government buildings here in Chișinău, and it's clear to see who they prefer. You can see the pro-EU flags up on the building. I'm not sure if you can see it behind my shot. But yeah, so the Moldova flag on the left, and on the right, the European flag. Now, I'm sure Ilan Shore and his guys wouldn't really think that that's appropriate, but look, Maya Sandu has won the vote here, and she has the pro-EU party, so they're displaying that proud. And it seems to be, as with the Armenia and Georgia, like I visited earlier in the year, I think the EU calls Moldova, Georgia and Armenia, which have accession status at the moment to the EU, but they're not quite there. Georgia at the moment apparently has a pro-Russian government, but what they have termed these kind of eastern countries on the eastern edge of Europe, I think Ukraine as well, are the Eastern Alliance, so that's what the EU call them. But there you can see, and it was the same in the central bank of Georgia, that these were really showing that they wanted to be part of the EU. The EU flags were shown on a lot of government buildings and a lot of administrative buildings, but there you go, the government building of Moldova. So where I was actually shooting there is the side of the building, not actually the front. You can see here a far bigger Moldovan flag and a bigger EU flag, actually, for that matter, and it has the kind of Moldovan emblem, the eagle with the Moldovan crest in the middle of its chest. See in front of me here, they're setting up like a fairground here in front of the government buildings. And one thing I've noticed is that there's actually very little security presence. I thought, you know, given everything that's going on in Ukraine, there might be a bit more of a security force or presence around, especially the front of the building. It doesn't look like there's any guards or policemen up here, but maybe they feel just secure, and I suppose, look, maybe that they feel secure in themselves. There you go. What a sight. It's unbelievable. They're getting ready for the Christmas markets here in Moldova, and obviously an ice skating rink here to my right. But geez, the weather's starting to come down. It's starting to rain a bit more. So might see if there's a coffee shop or something around here that I can pop into. Привет. Красиво. Making friends with locals. Just two words I know. It's pissing rain. I said hello, and I think I said beautiful. Don't know whether they took me calling them beautiful or was it the weather, but I meant for the weather. But what beautiful ladies either way. Look at this. There's a fountain here in this park. It's actually quite a nice park. It's going to be nice on a sunny day. It's quite wintry. Look at this, it's got like a multi-layered fountain in the middle and layers with columns leading up to it. Very nice. Christmas decorations on top as well. It's got a nice wintry touch to it. Statues here. Statues everywhere. There's a bit of a restaurant down here, so let's see. Maybe I'll get a coffee down here and try and mark out my journey smartly of where I want to see, because I'll probably have to head to the airport at around 5. It's about, I don't know what time it is now, probably about 1 o'clock, and there's probably about 2 more places I want to see, and from there then we can figure out which ones I want to prioritise, because there's no point in me getting absolutely fucking drenched walking around here for the day. Привет. Americano?
1, 2, milk, no milk.
No milk, no sugar. 1.
Big or small?
Small.
No milk.
No milk.
You read burger?
Yeah, not a big one, don't worry.
Cash?
Please, cash. How much?
This is the GoPro.
Yeah,
What's the number?
well, this is DJI Action Osmo. Action Osmo 4, you're on it now, sorry. But yeah, Action 4. Chinese brand. You have one?
What?
You have a GoPro too?
No. I am boy iPhone.
iPhone. Do you do vlogs too?
1 second, please. Please next window. Thank you very much.
No problem.
What is the name in YouTube?
David Cotter.
What?
David Cotter.
Please help you.
Oh, I don't know this alphabet.
Ah.
Oh, thank you.
What is this? Americano.
Thank you. Spasiba.
Две салаты съел.
Oh, you want too?
Или путешественник.
You speak English?
Yes.
Are you from Moldova?
Well,
How's life here?
very good.
Good?
I like it.
Yeah. The weather's not good. It's like Ireland. I'm from Ireland.
Ireland?
So, yeah, very similar. A lot of Moldovans live in Ireland.
I don't know.
Yeah. They
I know they live in Italy, Germany.
yeah, a lot come to Ireland because good wages, but at the moment it's really expensive to live there as well.
Я întreabă, el e putешественник?
Special?
El e lista care îmblă prin
You travel around the world and see the other countries or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
El asta își filmează.
Mostly, yeah.
And
yeah.
what are you doing for living?
I work in a pharmaceutical,
What are you?
you know, like pharmaceutical factory. Medicine,
Farmaceutică.
yeah.
Medicamente.
So the way I work 2 days and I work 2 nights and then I have 4 days off. So every 8 days I have 4 days off. So now I can spend 3 or 4 days in Moldova on my days off.
Very good.
So it's good.
Very good choice.
Okay, thanks guys. So I'm standing here right in front of the presidential palace here in Moldova, and it's the official residence of the actual president, and then right behind me is the actual parliament of Moldova. They're both really striking buildings. They both have gold trimmings, and this one has like a gold reflective window. Now I don't know about you, but I think that looks kind of quite excessive. Quite excessive. It's very big for one person, in my opinion, but I'm not entirely sure. I presume there's other people live there with him. But then again, I suppose you look all over the world and I don't know, it beats me why they can't live in a normal 3-bedroom house with a bit more security. Then again, I suppose, yeah. I mean, if someone wanted to attack that, like, it's pretty big. Then again, maybe the bigger the better for them sort of things, more places to hide. But anyway, there it is, massive presidential palace here in Moldova, and then the Parliament building, which is actually really striking as well. It looks quite modern. I'm not sure when it was built, but I'm going to be guessing probably the 80s or 90s by the look of it. It doesn't have that, it doesn't breed Soviet like this one. This one looks a bit more Soviet, I think. But yeah, there we are. After making friends in this park next door, these were just around the corner. 2 striking buildings, 2 really nice buildings. But definitely this one seems a bit excessive. Who am I to judge? So I'm walking down this like really nice street or kind of walkway here in Chișinău, and I'm kind of just thinking about like what you see online is always like Chișinău, Europe's shittest capital or least visited capital and stuff like that, and that's true. Like, that's backed up by official numbers. Well, not the shittest one, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. I just, at parts it's scrubby. Especially around the area where my hotel was, like you come out of that building and just across the road, like there's just massive high rises that are like abandoned and like nothing going on in there, which is a disappointment really in the centre of your capital city to have that sort of thing like just occurring. It's sad to see, but I wouldn't be so sure as to like turn people off coming here. I think there's actually plenty to see here. Maybe one day is probably one full day of actually walking around the city. You'll probably see most of it. I'm going to see the last thing I want to see here now, and I'm probably about 40-minute walk away from it. But like Moldova's been crippled with corruption, and that's kind of due to maybe more ties with the EU, but certainly the way it's framed over here is more like ties with Russian oligarchs and things like that, and that they're just every opportunity that a good, noble Moldovan politician has, it's kind of ruined. They kind of tend to siphon it off into personal bank accounts or shell bank accounts that are located abroad. The other thing is, like, it's unfortunate that like so many millions of the population of Moldovans have had to emigrate to Europe for work. You think if they could keep some of their people at home and give them a reason to stay at home, it might be a bit more of a success story. They have their famous wine and cognac brands, but yeah, they're just kind of caught in between 2 worlds, I think, and they need to sort that out. But we're going to go, we have about another 40 minutes to walk and we're going to get there then. But yeah, we'll keep moving. Look at this, you can see the power plant here, the old Soviet buildings here. You can see something, the canal, Chișinău, back of old houses. This is really cool down here. You can see a great view of the kind of industrial heartlands of Chișinău here. You can see smoke billowing from a building over here. Really, really cool. And obviously the chimney here, probably some heavy primary sector activity going on down there. Yeah, really cool. Look at the building in the background. Look over here, train tracks beneath us as well here to the right, and they're heading off that way. So yeah, really cool spot here, and you can tell that the kind of it's getting a bit grubbier. The footpath's cracked. The upkeep of the actual walking paths is a bit poorer, but nonetheless, very cool spot. Behind me is the old Soviet state circus, and it was built in 1982 here in Chișinău, and it has a capacity of over 1,900 people. Look at it now, it's all derelict, but it's got, here at the front entrance, it's got like these two clowns doing acrobats, obviously symbolising the circus. At its peak, it was the biggest, and it held the record for the most performances in the whole of the Soviet Union. It's got this kind of concrete dome on the top with the typical like Soviet brutalist style. It's a really cool building here, but you can see that there is the first stage of restoration conservation works are being done, funded by the EU, and it has a UN kind of thing up next to it as well. But yeah, it's been looks like it's been brought to life. I think it was closed in 2001, so, or no, 2004, so it was operating for maybe about 23 years. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it's got these kind of barbed fences up around it. You can see it probably would have been a really cool cool building, and probably really modern for its time, but it's got that really typical Soviet style, and it's in a kind of a dilapidated part of the city, I think. Now, it actually took me about 25 minutes to walk instead of the 48 that it quoted me. It was going to bring me around some big ring road, but as you cross that bridge, which is just down there, which crossed over the river and the train tracks, like, you can see that this area of town is far more dilapidated. It's got this kind of broken ground here, and yeah, it could badly do with some work. It's just such a pity, because it is a cool site. And for me, that's kind of everything that I wanted to visit and see here in Chișinău. It's got a bad rap, Chișinău, and I'm not sure that it deserves it. It's suffered from a lot of kind of toing and froing between Russia and Europe, and there's two sides to that. It's not just a Russian issue, it's also a European issue. It's caught in between two minds, caught in between two worlds, West and East, and probably which way it decides to go. At the moment with Maya Sandu, it's looking like a Western approach, but you never know in the future. One decision or one political decision could cause it to swing east again. Coming to the Western sphere doesn't automatically mean prosperity, but I mean, we've seen examples of Eastern Bloc countries such as Poland and Romania, and like how they've thrived since they joined the EU. Now, there's certain facets of the EU that Poland doesn't exactly to and fro with, which is the immigration policy, which they pay heavy fines for, but maybe if Moldova would possibly benefit from being in the EU. But yeah, so that's it from me here in Chișinău, and I hope you have enjoyed my little trip to Moldova. It's three days I've spent traveling around, and I had planned on going to one other destination, but just the time constraints and the time of my flights didn't really work out, and it wasn't feasible to do all three. Maybe I'll be back to do the third one, but as you may have seen my last vlog, it was Tiraspol, the capital of Transnistria, or Prednestrovi, as they like to say, in the region itself. Fascinating place, and go check that out as well if you haven't seen it. It's definitely worth a watch. It's such a strange place, harps back to the Soviet Union time. They believe they're in the Soviet Union, and you can kind of take yourself back there and imagine what it would have been like. Really nice people, really good people. But yeah, so go check that out. And I'm David Cotter, and you've just visited Moldova with me. So give us a like and subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos really soon.